In the 1930s, Wallis Simpson triggered seismic rifts in the royal family, the establishment and the general public in Britain. Her affair with King Edward VIII ultimately led to his abdication, as at the time, it was considered unacceptable for a King of England to marry a divorcee. Edward refused to give up Mrs. Simpson and instead chose to relinquish the throne. The subsequent abdication crisis left an indelible mark on the monarchy and, contemporaries claim, instilled a gritty determination in the Queen, who is adamant it will never happen again. According to 2017 documentary The Story of the Royals, the reason why King Edward decided to put love before duty is because Mrs. Simpson had a psychosexual hold on him. Royal correspondent Andrew Morton noted how Edward was incredibly popular and very charismatic, but he was weak. Author Laura Mayhill also said, his own courtiers were struck at how emotionally underdeveloped he was, describing what at the time was Edward's mistress. Mr. Morton added, Wallis Simpson was a twice-divorced American from Baltimore, very practical person, quite tough. By all accounts she was something of a social climber, and was very interested in making the acquaintance of Edward. There is a lot of very interesting speculation about the kind of psychosexual hold that she had on him, and because she was domineering, she feels the need that he had to be mothered. In the summer of 1936, only 6 months after his accession, Edward went against royal protocol and took an extended holiday in Greece and the Mediterranean with his mistress, against the advice of the government. Newspapers in Europe and the US published pictures of the couple and began questioning whether they would soon become engaged, but the British press maintained a self-imposed silence. In November 1936, Wallis filed for divorce from her husband, and American tabloids reported that a royal wedding was imminent. The king was warned that the effect of the wedding would be calamitous, but he forged ahead and informed Prime Minister Stanley Baldwin that he intended to marry his lover. Edward became HRH Prince Edward, Duke of Windsor, and left Britain for Austria. On December 10, Edward signed his abdication notice. He was not allowed to join Wallis, who had fled to France, until her divorce became final on May 3, 1937. On June 3, 1937, Edward and Mrs. Simpson were married in a private ceremony in Tours, France. The king forbade any members of the royal family to attend the wedding, leading to tension between the brothers.